What's poppin'? It's Lukey Bazookey on the live stream. Typically eating food, foodie by day, printer by day, foodie by night. Not eating food currently. Currently at my print shop job. What's the plan for today, you're asking? Well, it's hard to label it. Just got a bunch of like miscellaneous projects going on. So, it's just gonna be coffee and chat while I'm doing my work. So pour yourself a cup and enjoy the show, enjoy the conversation, make friends with the other chatters if any show up, and we're gonna just try to have a good old time over here. Connection issues apparently. Hopefully that's not going to continue throughout the stream. That was weird. Never seen that before. We're still early though. Hopefully it's not reoccurring. Anyway, here's one of the first things I'm going to start with. I've got that stack, this stack right here. It's a bunch of different jobs that I was just kind of collating, and now I need to like shrink wrap them all into individual packages. I figured that's something I could probably do on camera. So, let's find you a good position. My shrink wrapper, I'm gonna put you inside of the shrink wrapper, maybe. Well, still having connection issues apparently. Every time I move my camera, they're like, hold on, we can't connect. So, I'll be curious what happens. They might not be able to send the stream out to people for whatever reason. YouTube server being funny. 3 minutes in, 0 viewers, 0 likes. So I don't know. I don't know what the issue is. Though this is the first time I finally learned how to schedule a live stream, and apparently this is what happens. You learn how to schedule a live stream, and then the live stream comes back with all kinds of connection issues. It's like YouTube. I told you about this an hour ago. I told you I was going to go live. You'd think you would plan ahead for that, but they didn't take that into consideration. So hopefully no more connection issues. Hopefully my stream is going out. I see one viewer popped in. Hello, viewer. If it's laggy, blame YouTube. Apparently I'm having connection issues. But hello, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I'm here at my job. I work at a print shop. I'm just sipping on coffee. Oh, 31 people just popped in. Hello, everybody. Do you have yourselves nice cups of coffee? Take a sip. I heavily rely on coffee to get me through the workday. I drink, I don't know, 20 cups. So, here's my plan. I've got a bunch of stacks of paper. This here is my shrink wrapper. I need to shrink wrap all these stacks of paper individually. You guys get to watch. Lucky you. Luckily, there's no buzzing sounds. There's nothing like that. It's just, the machine's a little squeaky. You get to hear squeaky noises whenever so that'll be entertaining. Until it gets annoying, like that episode of SpongeBob with his squeaky boots. He loved them, but nobody else did. Let me see if I can. So my stack of papers that I'm grabbing from is right there. Maybe I can find... Alright. If I put you on this side... Alright, you can't really see the shrink wrapper. Hold on, we'll figure this out. We'll put you back there. You can see the shrink wrapper, and then I'm going to move my stack of papers over here. That means I got to move my coffee. I'll put my coffee right here. Alright. We're all set up. Wow, I'm so thankful. I'm so glad. I'm so happy that 31 people. I had a peak of 31 people in here and literally 0 sent comments. Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate that. Say hi. How are you doing? Let's have a little conversation. Let's have a little conversation, people. See, these are all my papers. And they're all separated like that because they're all different jobs that need to be shrink wrapped in individual packages. That's one stack. And this other little mini stack. And I had these that I shrunk off camera. I wrapped. I haven't shrunk yet, technically. Well, here's something that I just thought of. Since nobody has sent any comments, maybe nobody can hear me. Can you hear my audio? I left my Bluetooth headphone in. That makes me curious if maybe the Bluetooth is affecting something. Bluetooth disconnected. If there were audio issues, there shouldn't be now. But I don't know. I kind of doubt that was even an issue anyway. Hello. If anyone's there, hello. And if no one's there, then I don't know. I got a list of talking points for if anybody wants to show up and have a little conversation. But if no one wants to have a conversation, then I will save my talking points for another live stream. Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Hey there, how's it going? I'm currently here at work shrink wrapping stuff. I have a bunch of stuff to shrink wrap. See that pile? I gotta shrink wrap all of that. Hello, James Bond. What's your talking points? Well, I have a list. So, where should I start? My most recent video that I uploaded, aside from the live streams are kind of new, but on the 20th, I uploaded a short where I tried like this 420 hot dog special. And so one of my talking points is that I posted that on Instagram and I sent like a collaboration invitation to the restaurant. And the first couple of days, they never responded to it, so I figured it was kind of just whatever. Not every restaurant wants to collaborate with a creator. I'm not like a large YouTuber or anything yet, so it's kind of hit or miss, but you can still try to collaborate with them. But yeah, so I kind of gave up on it when I didn't hear back for a couple of days. But yeah, finally, just last night, they accepted the collaboration invitation. So that means that my video got shared on their official Instagram page. So I got a bunch more views and likes from that. So that's pretty cool. It's interesting with my food content. Hello, fans, Red Ruby. Hi from Indonesia. Hello. What time is it in Indonesia right now? Isn't it like midnight or something? You're up late. Yeah, so... Hey, Rajana. All right, how are you doing? I'm just over here telling stories about food. I was going to say, with my food videos... Something like that hot dog video that I posted, it's very local. Just stop by to say hello. Well, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. The hot dog video was local, and I always run into issues when I do local content. I seem to do really well whenever I post like Filipino food or something, but yeah, if I post local food, like food from my own city, then it doesn't tend to do as well on the internet. So that's why I don't do a lot of it. And that's why with this hot dog video, originally, yeah, I got a lot fewer views than anything else I've posted in a while. And it was upsetting at first because I wish it was the other way around. Like, I wish I did get more... I wish I got more feedback by... Like, I wish I got more, like, local support. But I guess that'll come eventually, so it's a good thing that I was able to do that collaboration, because now maybe more local people will be able to see me. It all comes in time. Oh, watching a movie. What movie are you watching? A Cannabis Dog. It wasn't, like, infused with cannabis, but they call... Like, 420 is like the stoner holiday, so they were just calling it like a 420 menu. It's just like the most overloaded hot dog you can think of. Like, it had fries on there and chili and cheese and jalapenos. Then they crunched up like Doritos on top, and it was definitely like the definition of a munchie meal. But it was like a limited time thing. They were only doing it for, you know, the holiday. That's why I felt like I had to review it. I do have other stuff going on today besides just shrink wrapping. But I figured this is something I can at least do on camera. A lot of these machines that I work with are loud, so they don't really work well on camera. So I tried to do a lot of the loud stuff earlier, so I can do something more laid back right now. Yeah, definitely like a stoner made it. I'm sure they probably have stoners working the grills in the back, cooking up the hot dogs, coming up with all kinds of crazy inventions. It's okay, fans, Red Ruby. Don't understand English, but we're still glad you're here. Thank you so much. Boulder, Colorado. Yeah, I'm sure Colorado was one of the first in line for like legalized marijuana, so I'm sure they've got all kinds of crazy stoner meals. Yeah, let me just say I appreciate you guys here chatting with me. This kind of stuff is boring on its own, so this helps a lot. Thank you. And if you're drinking coffee with me, let's have a sip. Well, thank you so much, Red Ruby. I'm new to live streaming, but I will do it more. But thank you. Yeah. What's everybody else up to? Well, if we want to stay on the topic of food, I can talk about some upcoming videos I'm planning. like today after work, I have a series about I do like a $10 supper series. I go to this restaurant on Wednesdays, and they usually have like a different food, uh, a different meal for only $10. And they do that on Wednesdays. So that's my plan for after work today. I'm not sure what the meal is. I think I'm gonna let myself be surprised, but I know I'm gonna go to the restaurant and have a recording session today. Oh, you live in Colorado. That's pretty cool. I live in Missouri, so not too far off. I've been to Colorado a couple of times. I spent like a couple days in Denver, and then I spent like a week in Colorado Springs. Beautiful state. I love it there. Hey, I'm right there with you, James Bond. My English is funny. It's like I'll start a sentence and then lose myself halfway and start throwing different words in there. Oh, okay. You see translation? That's good. What was I going to say? I was watching one of my live streams from the other day, and I was talking about. It was when I was making T-shirts. I was talking about like the collar line and the shoulder line, and I said like they interact at the corner, but then somehow I got my wires crossed, and I was referring to the shoulder as the corner or the collar as the corner, and it just didn't make sense. I said the corner of the shirt when I meant to say the collar of the shirt. Yeah, so even when you know English, it doesn't make it easier. So yeah, I'll have dinner tonight at my usual German restaurant. And then actually last weekend I recorded a video that I haven't had a chance to upload yet. It might not be uploaded till next weekend. But I went to Popeyes and I ate the One Piece collaboration meal, the Luffy bento bundle. It was all right. I mean, I really liked the gum gum lemonade that it came with. I got like the frozen version, so that was excellent. But the meal itself, I guess my biggest complaint is that if you're gonna name a meal after Luffy, Luffy is like the king of I need meat, give me meat, meat. And it had like two little pieces of chicken, and I would have. It came with mac and cheese. I would have said, keep the mac and cheese. Give me two more pieces of chicken. It should have just been all chicken or something. If it's going to be named after Luffy. Family in Oklahoma, traveling down there. Start getting that accent. It gets out of hand sometimes. Oh yeah, it's crazy. Like the range of. I cannot speak Indonesian. To be honest, I don't even know a single word in Indonesia. Can you tell me how to say hello and I'll try to pronounce it? Um, yeah, it's crazy like the different accents that we have in America. Just from the south to the north or from the east to the west, it's people sound completely different. But then if you ask people from like outside of the country, I think stereotypically we all just kind of sound like Southerners, like Texas accents. I guess I can see from a foreign person's perspective how I might sound Southern. But I don't know, for me, I live in the city. I've always lived in the city. So even if I'm like a little bit southern or a little bit country sometimes, definitely not fully. But hey, you drive an hour west, and everybody's talking country. Well, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I don't even think people in the U.S. understand how big the U.S. is. And yeah, definitely from others' perspective. Like in Europe, you can go from one country to another to another to another, and that's like just traveling states here in America. Yes, please teach us how to speak Indonesian. Yeah, New York and California, and probably Texas and maybe Florida, just because they're like vacation spot. Florida's a vacation spot. Texas is just, I don't know, big. Joe Rogan's there. I think he's popular in other countries as well, you know. I might have to go for a coffee refill soon. Well, we are up to 4 likes and 10 people viewing, so hello everybody, and thank you for stopping in. I hope you're all having good days today, or good nights. I think it's the evening for some people watching. I am live streaming while at work. Currently just shrink wrapping some jobs that I cut down earlier. It's like all for one customer. I think they ordered like 40 something different items, so. So it automatically translated for me, so it just says, I love you, I love you. So yeah, no, yeah, not every Southern accent is King of the Hill. You're right. But that probably is what everybody thinks of, you know. That's what I think. I think of Hank Hill whenever I think of a Southern accent. But yeah, no, it's definitely not true. Some people have like that more, I don't even know how to describe it, like a more like wet sound or a dry sound. It's, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. Yeah, I don't even think we're finished I don't think we're finished printing all of the material for this customer yet. But these were taking up space, so I'm at least going to shrink wrap them and put them in a box and get them out of my way. That's funny. At my gym, there was a girl from Kentucky, and I had the biggest crush on her. I loved her accent. Then I think she moved to like Louisiana. Yeah, she's from Louisville. She's from Louisville. They say you don't pronounce it Louisville. You don't pronounce it Louisville. It's Louisville. Good luck learning Indonesian. 10 years old. And isn't it like midnight in Indonesia? You need to go to sleep. But thank you for teaching us. Oh, you know a little Spanish? I actually know a little bit of Spanish. Not a lot. When I was in high school, I took like 2 years of Spanish class, but then not long after high school, I forgot most of what I learned. I mean, I know like the basic stuff. Hola, hola, ¿cómo está? Bien, ¿y tú? You know. ¿A dónde ir al baño? Where's the bathroom? ¿Puedo ir al baño? Can I use the bathroom? Yo tengo hambre. I am hungry. Me amo Lukey Bazookey. My name is Lukey Bazookey. Yeah. And then it's like sometimes I think I know more Spanish than I do. So it's like I'll try to like form a sentence. And yeah, I'm probably not saying what I think I'm saying, so then I try to refrain myself from even trying. Yeah, so aside from shrink wrapping, I also have a bunch of stuff that needs to fold. I've got more t-shirts to make. I'm gonna show you what I just did a second ago. This actually goes along with this job that I'm shrink wrapping. These are like drink tickets. Whatever event they're doing, it's a big event. The person who ordered like the 40 different things. So yeah. These are drink tickets. You know, like 38 of the things they ordered are just, you know, regular sheets of paper, but then they got these. So this is the most curious part of the job to me. Okay, next time, go to a restaurant, Mexican restaurant, try the El Pastor. Yeah, El Pastor. I was actually just at a Mexican restaurant. What did I get? I like to get the torta, which is like a Mexican sandwich. And I got it with... I think I got it with like fried chicken on there or something. No, chicken is pollo. I don't know what fried is. A pollo torta. Let's see. Are you tired? Stay strong. Keep going. Stay strong. May God bless you always. Amen. Amen. Thank you, and God bless you too. I'm not tired. I assume you might be tired. But yes, thank you so much. Um, but this is just a small stack. There's this many tickets. So let me just shrink wrap this real quick. Pastor is seasoned pork. Normally has pineapple, but not always. Yeah, that sounds delicious. Another guy at my gym, his family owns like a Mexican restaurant here in my city. Um, Milagro Azteca, I think is the name. I went there one time and I ordered something, and it might even be what you're talking about now. They served me something, literally, the plate was a pineapple that they carved all the chunks out of, and they used the husk of the pineapple as the plate, and they just filled it with like chicken and beans and rice and cheese and guacamole and all kinds of good stuff. And but yeah, it was inside of this pineapple. It was really awesome. Their food tastes like shit. What, Mexican food? No, that's the most outrageous thing I've ever heard. Nobody has ever said Mexican food tastes like shit. Unless they're judging it by Taco Bell. Taco Bell tastes like shit. That's not real Mexican food. Go to a real Mexican restaurant and you'll never speak that sentence again. That's a promise. Yeah, definitely we can be friends. I will be here next time you want to hang out. I'm definitely down to be friends. I'm just about done with the shrink wrapping. Yeah, I don't know where that... Mexican food is definitely in my top 5, maybe even top 2. I don't know what it would be neck and neck with. I mean, I love Mexican food. So, I will fight for it. I respect you too, Red Ruby. I appreciate you being here. Um, Live streaming can be tough sometimes, especially when there's nobody here to interact with, so this is as fun for me as it is for you. So thank you for being here chatting. Yeah. Alright, I'm definitely craving Mexican food now, but I already said I have to go to this German restaurant for dinner, so no Mexican food today. Alright, this is the last piece for this job that I have right now. Yeah, maybe. Maybe he was talking about the place I mentioned. Let's see. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's been there. I guess everybody's entitled to their own opinion. If he had a bad experience, then there's no taking that back. When I was younger, one time I ate Chinese food, and well, I've eaten Chinese food many times, but one time particularly, it gave me an upset stomach. I won't go too specific, but it was so bad that I just said, no more Chinese food, never eating Chinese food again. Then I didn't eat it for years. I finally gave it another chance. You can't blame one experience. You can't blame the whole food group for one experience. So, yeah, Chinese food is also one of my favorites, despite that incident. Yeah. So here's my everything all shrink wrapped now, except for this one on the bottom here. That one I still need to score and fold. It's like a folder. So I will save that for later, because actually these two stacks of paper need to fold, that stack needs to fold, and that stack needs to fold. These two are part of the same job. These two are part of the same job. They're for the same customer, it's just two different things. They're going to be easy to fold because I put a score line down the middle already. I did that before the live stream because the scoring machine is loud. So they should just fold nicely on the score. And sorry, I can't talk. I have a machine right there to send them through to do the folding. I'm just worried that the machine might be a little bit loud. So we'll have to see. 60 pounds of paper? Yeah, it might be. It could possibly even be more. You'd be surprised how heavy paper is, especially we use a lot of glossy paper, so you can see how it like shines in the lights. And whatever coating they use to make paper glossy, like quadruples the weight. Like dry paper versus the glossy paper, big difference. Like you can lift let me see if I have some examples. Hello, Shura Sigma. Welcome to the live stream. All right. So we have paper that comes in two different sizes of boxes. This is the big size paper box. And this is the small size paper box. So the dry uncoated paper comes in here, and the glossy paper comes in here, and this one is still heavier than this when they're full. So just to give you an example. Yep, paper gets heavy. You'd be surprised. Oh, you work with books. Okay, yeah, so you know exactly. So do you do like bindery? I was doing some spiral binding yesterday. And Red Ruby, thank you for being here and have a great night. Thank you so much. Goodbye, and we will see you next time. Take it easy. Have a great day at school tomorrow. And I will be here with my paper. And my coffee. Let me go get that coffee refill I was thinking about earlier. I think there's a fresh pot in there too. One that I didn't have to make myself, which makes it taste even better. Welcome to the kitchen. I drink a lot of coffee. And so I think next I would like to attempt to do this folding, but if it's too loud, then I'll change gears and we'll do some t-shirt printing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to turn on, this is a heat press that we use for pressing designs onto t-shirts. So I'll turn it on now and get it ready in case we do have to change gears. But we'll try folding first. We'll see how that goes. I think folding could actually be fun to watch. I'm a little bit nervous about this camera placement. I have it sitting on top of that stack of papers that we just shrink wrapped. Because I'm going to be standing here most of the time just feeding papers into this machine. But it might be loud. You guys will have to let me know in a second. Because typically I would wear headphones while working on this. But I don't think it's fair if I get to plug my ears and you guys don't. So we'll see how it goes. This machine isn't nearly as loud as the other machine I used that puts the score line in it. That's why I think it might not be so bad. So I'll run a few and we'll see. No, that's pretty loud. That's pretty loud. I definitely can't talk over that. So, alright, I'm going to save the folding for later. I'm going to work on t-shirts. So, my t-shirt oven definitely isn't hot enough yet, but I've got 2 different customers to work on, so let's I'm going to flip the camera around. Alright, welcome. We're at my desk. This design I need to print on these green hoodies or t-shirts or whatever they are. So, let's have some fun. This is my, they call this program Garment Creator. This program. These papers have the specs for the job. It says I've got 2 mediums, 5 larges, and 3 double extra large. So sometimes when we have shirts that are 2XL, we might make the logo plus size for those ones. But there's 10 shirts in total. The printing goes on the back side. And they give me a proof of what it should look like at the end. And that's actually really, really big. Normally, I have like a placement guide. I was going to show you what like a normal t-shirt looks like. This is like oversized. Like they want this logo like from shoulder to shoulder. No, like normally it stays like within the chest area. They want this like from seam to seam. That's big. So I have a 16 by 20 rectangle, and my goal is to fit as many of the design on this as possible, which means I'm only going to be able to put 2 of these designs on there because of how big they want it. So aside from these t-shirts, I've got some other ones to do too. I'm going to flip the camera around again. We got this design here for a family reunion. Sorry, I think my phone's trying to rotate on me. And this for the same customer, but they want like 5 of that shirt and 5 of that shirt. So these ones are ready to go as soon as the heat press is hot enough. That heat press, as soon as it's hot enough, those ones I can put on the t-shirts. But while I'm waiting for it to heat up, I'm going to work over here in my art program to print the next ones for the next batch of shirts. So this program that I use, it only likes PNG images, and the design is saved as a PDF. So I need to open the PDF in Illustrator and strip the image as a PNG. I think printing t-shirts is probably one of the more fun things that I get to do here. It is pretty cool. It's definitely more entertaining than shrink wrapping. A lot of what I do is just like cutting and folding paper. So when I get to do something like make a t-shirt, yeah, it's... So I'll show you my screen, what I'm doing right now. So this is Adobe Illustrator. They got the proof and they got the design. So I just need to take this design. I usually export it as 4x, so it's just as big as possible. You can always shrink something down. You can't always blow it back up and have good quality. Well, if you hear noise in the background, the Mamaki just kicked on. That is the flatbed printer. That means we're about to print something large format. Once that gets going, I'll show you what it looks like. You gotta go. Thank you for watching, James Bond. It was really great chatting with you. This was fun. You've entertained me. And we'll see you next time. Have a great day. Thank you again. Take care. I'll be here working on my t-shirts. Alright, so Jones Lawn Service, that's the customer. We have like folders. Every one of our customers has a different folder. So typically if we do like t-shirts for somebody, they might call us back and say, oh, can I get some flyers? Can I get some business cards? So we keep folders for everybody. So I'm just looking for this guy's folder so I can save this PNG in there. Alright, success. We got it. Now there's something interesting. You notice it's a white background in Illustrator, obviously. And obviously they don't want like a big white rectangle on their shirt. They just want the black lettering and whatnot. But when you strip the white from the image, there was something that I wanted to check. The insides of this lawnmower are also white. And I'm curious if you think the customer wants those turned transparent as well so that it's green. I think probably the white looks good. The proof has it with the white, so that's how I'm going to print it. But I don't know, it's just things like that you got to keep an eye on. So here's my art program, or my shirt printing program. This is the program that communicates with the shirt printer. So I will take the image that I just turned into a PNG, and now we have it in here. And you can see that thing I was just talking about. It does have the white inside of the black. So not all the white was stripped out, just the white background. So that's how we want it. So the image is 11 by 8.5. And we probably want it bigger than that, honestly. I think we need it to be at least 12 inches. So I'm going to bring it up to 115%. Then that brings the width to 12.65. But I can see here that like the letter doesn't go all the way to the box. So 12.65, it's really just 12 inches if you only measure it from the black to the black and not count the whole bounding box. So I think 12 inches, 12 inches, that's a whole ruler. Almost lost myself. Right, well, this ruler's an 18 incher, but so 12 inches, that's the size that they want this. It could actually go bigger. Especially because some of these shirts are going to be 2XL. Two medium, 5 large, 3 2XL. Alright, I'll start by making them very large, and I'll compare the very large ones to the medium shirts. And if it's too big for the mediums, then I'll make some extra, slightly smaller ones for the medium shirts. I think that's how I'll do it. I can either make them all small and then resize the big ones, or I can make them all big and resize the small ones. I don't know which one's going to be better, but since I need to make it bigger anyway, I'm going to go big. Go big or go home, they say. So what if I bring it up to 125%? It's like 13 and a half. I think it could go like 14 inches. So I'm just doing some t-shirt design. I don't know where to put my camera. I could put it back here, but then I don't know if you'll be able to hear me as well. I think it's going to have to be like 14 inches. And when you do this style of printing, one important step is you have to mirror the image. Like that. So it'll look backwards on screen. It'll look backwards when it prints, but that's because it it goes down like that. So really it'll be forward when it's actually applied to the shirt. Sometimes you have to get like creative with the placement so that they fit the best. I think it's more entertaining letting you guys watch the screen. I should just put like a mirror. I'll put like a mirror up here so you can like look at me while I'm looking at the screen. Oops. This 5. I don't want it to be like too close to the top, so just setting the coordinates. 0.9. Call that one -1. Call this one +1. I'm trying to make them as large as possible without being like so close to each other that I can't like cut in between them. So that's not like a lot of space in between, but that might be enough. I wonder what if I just rotate this one? I think it's okay like this. We'll make it work. So I'm going to save this so I don't have to design it again or place them again if anything happens. Jones. We'll save it into the 4X. Call it 2 Up Jones Long T-shirt DTF.GCR. DTF means direct to film. We print it on a film, then we heat transfer the film onto the t-shirt. The other type of printing is called DTG, directly to garments, but we don't do that anymore because DTF gets you better results. And it's less complicated, less steps involved. Well, probably an equal number of steps, but steps that are easier to work with. So we'll save that. And we will... How many should I send to the printer? I'll send 5 to the printer, since they're 2 up. That'll give us the 10 total that we need. Shoot, I have to... This printer is funny. If you want to print to it, you have to do like daily head cleanings on it for it to print well. And I think I already did my head cleaning for today, so I'll just do a nozzle check, see how it's printing. This printer here. I click the button, it's thinking about it, it's going to pull this into the machine. Any day now. Grab my coffee at least. And we're almost at the 1 hour mark. Hallelujah. Oh. It won't proceed because it's trying to ask me a question. It goes in. I don't think I could show you really. It's actually printing well today. So it's missing a little dot right there in the white, but that's not bad, honestly. Because the white actually double prints. So I'm not really concerned about that one little issue. So we are good to go. We will send that to the printer. It's going to take a few minutes to actually reach the printer. Not a few minutes, maybe 1 minute. In the meantime, this is our heat oven, our heat tunnel. I will turn it on. Get that hot. That heats up pretty quick. My heat press is probably hot too. Yeah, that's about ready to go. We can make some t-shirts. Alright, so since I just sent that job to the printer, here's what I do next. This is the film, 16 inches by 20 inches. I have tape on this platen. I have tape in different spots around the edge. But the tape is pretty worn down by now. So So I kind of gotta like really put it on. I want to re-tape it, but I need to take like alcohol to it and get all the old tape off. I can't just go over the top of it because then that tape is going to end up real thick. And this is very sensitive with the height. Alright, that's on there. That's not going anywhere. Alright, 1 out of 5 going in. You won't really be able to see much. It's going to come out and go back in, and come out and go back in, then come out a third time. But it's not quick. It's not quick. You can see it going. There you go. If you look from underneath it, you can see it going. That's a pretty sick camera angle. We'll just watch it like this. Is this a satisfying live stream? I'm gonna call this satisfying. Yeah, I'll just let you watch this for a while. No? Okay, this is getting boring. Okay. Alright, while that is printing, I'm going to, the heat press is hot enough now, I'm going to start pressing my other shirts. Oh. Let's see. Trying to grab something to put my tripod on. I was going to grab the cart, but the cart's all covered in paper. So I got a chair. That'll work. Oh yeah, I was going to show you something. In here, we got something. We have a printer called a Mamaki. I'll show you the Mamaki in action. So, a little loud, so I won't stay in there, but so those are printing big, like 24 by 36 inch foam core posters. We use that machine pretty frequently. Alright, let's do some t-shirts. Just gonna grab those shirts. The yellow shirts get the circle design. The green shirts get the rectangle design. Which one should we do first? I'll do the greens for no particular reason. Alright. Well, here goes nothing, I guess. So, and an update on that printer, I think it did the first pass, now it went back in to do the second pass. It does one pass in full color, and then 2 passes just putting down a layer of white behind the color, because the color doesn't actually look colorful unless it's got like a white background behind it. Especially when it's going on a dark t-shirt, like a black t-shirt. I know these t-shirts I'm doing today are greens and yellows, but still, you don't want the color of the shirt to mix with the color of the ink, so you put that white behind it so the color looks bold. Oh. I feel like somebody used this since the last time I did. Everything has moved around. Here's the thing I was looking for earlier. So they have like examples for where things are typically placed on t-shirts. So when I was saying that one was like way oversized, like here's standard size, and they really took it to the limit. But hey, what the customer wants, they want. And chances are I don't even think I printed it quite as large as it looks in the proof. It's always an optical illusion when you make a proof, because they don't consider shirts wrap around the body. It's not like a flat plane on the front and a flat plane on the back. People don't account for the part that covers the side of you. Like, this is the seam of the shirt, but people think like this whole thing is the front. No, that's half of that's the side. So that's why you don't make t-shirts that big. Conform it to the front. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, so the green shirts get the rectangle design, right? We're just going to leave these right here. Let me double check this does go on the front of the shirt. Yeah. DTF full front. DTF full front. Now you know. Oh, in the meantime, that one finished. So let me show you what I do with that real quick. Maybe there's a better camera angle where I can show more. So this is wet ink. Be very careful. There's the design. And the next step is The Parmesan cheese gets sprinkled on the wet ink. I put a lot, and then I just kind of just like roll it down the paper. Shake off the excess. I'll set it through the pizza oven. When it comes out all hot and ready, then you can apply it to a t-shirt. Any day now. Yeah. Instead of sitting waiting on it, we'll put the next one on. Yeah, the thing you always got to look out for with putting the film on is it always wants to poke up in the corners, and that'll always interrupt the print job. Just that little corner sticking up. So you got to make extra sure to fold those down so that they don't pop up. But the other one should be ready now. Yep. So just shake it a little bit to cool it off. Now we got our two t-shirt designs ready to apply. I'll just cut it in half and then we're good to go. There's 1 out of 5. The second one is in there, but I'm not gonna like actively wait on them because I got different jobs to do in the meantime. Like this. Trying to get you an angle where you can actually see what I'm doing. Basically, I'm just trying to make sure the design is kind of centered on the t-shirt. I don't trust my camera here. I think it's going to fall. Where I have it right now, I think is a little bit too high up. I just compared it to the proof that we sent them. pull it back a little bit. All right. Let me flip the camera around and show you what I'm seeing. So, yeah, extreme close-up. So I line up the shoulders with this black line, and then the red line with the edges of the collar. And for this one, it's still a little bit higher up than I would like, but I can't go down any further. I mean, this is literally like maxed out full size. So that's where it's going to be placed. And then I'm just lining up the top of this centered with that black mark, and I'm looking like right there and right there to make sure it's centered. So this is how I'm going to put all of the designs on all of the shirts. Those are the points that I'm going to look out for to make sure they're all the same. So this one is ready to press. And now we wait 15 seconds. Has it been 15 seconds yet? Yes. I'll peel the film off whenever it cools down. Next. Has anybody out there ever ordered a custom t-shirt printed at a print shop? Anybody know it's possible? The same place you get like your business cards printed, there's a chance you can get t-shirts printed there too. I mean, because really think about it, the only difference between printing business cards and printing t-shirts is the material it goes on. It's paper or it's cloth. Matter of fact, with this method that I'm doing here for t-shirts, you can actually apply this to a lot of different things. In fact, there's a piece of wood that I did this method to. Heat transferred this onto wood. I'll show you if I can find it. Number 2. It's gonna be loud. Plug your ears. Alright, you can unplug. Number 2. Number 3. You know, I have a different tripod at home that might be smart for me to start bringing in. It's a tripod that apparently has like a motion sensor built in, so it's supposed to like turn your camera to follow you. I've never tried it. I don't know if it actually works as it's advertised. So we'll just have to try it and find out. That one just finished its second print. So let's move that along real quick. And into the pizza oven. It goes at like such a slow speed. We have it like set to the perfect speed to where goes in wet, comes out dry. If we could make it go faster, we would, but then it wouldn't come out dry. If we made it go slower, then it like wrinkles the film. So it's set to the perfect speed. And let's just do this real quick. This is the best part about making t-shirts this way. Ooh, baby. Satisfying. But that's 2 down. But before this, let me do that. Blank film. Press it down on the corners, as you know. And actually, another thing I want to do real quick. Got to put the powder back into the bucket, otherwise I'm going to end up with a whole pile of it. So, I do it on the lid. Dump it back into the bucket. Hold on. This just came out of the oven. So I do it on the lid so that I can pour it back into the container. Then I pour it from the big container back into the little container. See, this is the part of the process. Print shops that are like full-time t-shirts that don't bother with the business cards and stuff, they will have a more automated way to apply the powder, to recycle the powder. This is our down and dirty method. Sprinkle it on bucket to bucket, you know. It's not pretty, but it works. How's everybody doing today? Me, I'll probably stay live for, I don't know, like 5 more minutes and then I'll call it a quits. We've already been live for like an hour and a half. Time's flying by, it doesn't feel like that long. But we had a few people talking with us today and that was pretty cool. This was a fun stream. maybe not the most entertaining to watch. I mean, for the most part, I was just shrink wrapping. That took way more time than I thought. The folding didn't work. I feel like that could have looked cool on camera, but it's just too loud. Luckily, I had a few more t-shirts to make. And aside from the annoying buzzer, I think t-shirts is actually kind of cool to watch. Bring this over there real quick. And get the next one. So what's new? You get invited to the family reunion? I didn't get invited either. I think I'll just print myself an extra shirt and then just show up anyway. They'll say, what side of the family are you on? I'll say, I'm part of the chosen family. But they didn't ask me to be here. I chose to show up. Yeah. It's weird with live streaming. It doesn't seem like it, but it's kind of tiring. After an hour and a half of communicating with the camera, you're like, whew. I don't know, maybe it's the heat from the heat press. Wait, the best part. Gotta show you the best parts. Ooh, satisfying. We can't do it to this one yet because it's hot. So I'll just set it down. So this is the last of the greens. Then we've got the yellows to do after this. Phone's ringing. Can you get that? Thank you. Oh. There's a hair on this one. Can't see it. You can't see it. Beautiful. Perfect placements. Well, that one's on there. Ooh, satisfying. One-handed. Which is harder than it looks because this thing's got some force. Takes some muscle. Cool off a little bit. You want to peel this one? Or you peel this one? Good job, thank you. Now we'll do the yellers. I wonder if this makes more sense. I wonder if it makes more sense like this. Have the camera further, but the t-shirt's closer. Then you can't really see what I'm doing. I don't know about that one either. We'll work with this. I'll be honest, I am a fan of the color yellow. The yellow t-shirt, something about it. I don't really own too many yellow shirts, but I like the color. I think it would look good on me. So I think I'm just going to keep one of these shirts for myself. Let me grab the other design. So this is the design that's going on these shirts. But before we do that, this one just came out of the printer. So we'll give it the powder. The Parmesan cheese, I mean. Now it goes in the oven. Now we put the next one on. And while I'm doing this, I think I'm just going to start saying my goodbyes. Well, this has been a fun hour and a half, if you ask me. I hope y'all had just as much fun as I did. Even if you didn't catch the live stream, maybe some of you are watching the video on demand, the recap. And if you are, hello. But this has been fun. A fun hour and a half. Could have been anywhere else in the world, but we're here together. If you're looking for my lunch, you're not going to find it. I ran out of meal preps. Had to go back to my tuna packet, and I might steal one of those apples that's in there. So, to the 2 viewers and the 5 people who thumbs up, so we had a total of like 31 viewers earlier, so that was insane. This one's ready. If I can pick it up. Dropped it. It's okay. It's dry. The ink is dry. But yeah, it's been a fun hour and a half. I can't believe we had a peak of 30 viewers earlier. Not like they were all talking, but still pretty cool. Fun times. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll potentially do another one tomorrow. If not tomorrow, it'll still be sometime soon. So don't go far. But in the meantime, there are plenty of YouTube shorts available for you to watch on my channel, full of me eating different crazy exotic foods, a lot of them international. So though you might not see me live, you can still watch my shorts. All right? Until next time, take care. Goodbye. I love you, and have great days or evenings. Have a good night, day, morning, or evening, whatever it is for you. Have a good one.